Unfortunately, I'm just gonna say it right now. The timing is bad because Zihark is basically a much better Marisa. She basically just has slightly more HP than he does, but he does everything better. More attack, more speed, more defense, more res. Actually, slightly less defense, but more res. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing. So, 58 HP, 51 attack, 49 speed, 37 defense, 28 res. Carrot Cudgel improves your defense, hitting 42. That's respectable. Twist Sparrow, speed res solo. That's a bit iffy to have speed res solo. I would have just done double solo then. But yeah, Carrot Cudgel is kind of... Within 2 spaces gives you some leeway, but it could mess you up sometimes. Close call when it triggers...
For your sake, I hope that... Yeah, for your sake, I hope that Marisa gets a personal weapon and refined soon.
Yeah, she definitely deserves a perf. But yeah, when you attack with Swift Sparrow or you just have your speed red solo, 55 speed close call is really, really good. But when attacking, ability hits 62 is really, really good. At that point, you're really taking... it's very unlikely you're not getting the 40% reduction at that point. Ignis, huh? I guess, yeah. When you're attacking, you're at 42 defense. And you attack, they attack, you attack. And then you hold it. I don't know. Would you want Bonfire for nuking? Or Ignis? Because if it is a proper exchange, you have one cooldown. But I guess on the counterattack, you have Ignis. Alright, it's fair enough. Attack smoke to drag out your defense and res even more. Makes sense because you don't really need more speed at how fast you're going. Yeah, really good Marisa. Just pray that she gets a perf. GHP heroes have been getting perfs, chat. Like, a lot of them have gotten perfs at this point. Who's the last GHP hero? He is the
Tempest trial unit, though.
Oh, but no, even heroes like Tobin have gotten theirs. Whoa, this is committed to.
Yeah.
And, of course, Mass Marth. So, I think it's a matter of time. We'll see. Unfortunately, most people don't know how good Marisa is because they just kill her off for Infantry Pulse. Hard to blame them, but yeah. She's also my support partner. Ah, makes sense. You need every bit of stats because her attack is really mediocre. But yeah, if everything works out, you have 5, 6, 11, 62 attack.
Okay, well, you've won Faye. Congratulations.
Why not plus speed? Never enough speed.
I think he's just worried about the attack, but
attack res unity means you don't have to worry about it.
That's the point. I was like, what the fuck?
Also, plus speed is a super boon, meaning he's more likely to draw a bright shrine.
Yeah, you doofus, go plus speed. What are you doing? Why'd you go plus attack?
Okay, well, attack res unity means you don't have to worry about attack. Like, this is, chat, this is just ridiculous. We've talked about this. If the bright shrines hit you, Ike just becomes a god. We've literally watched videos where Ike takes Ophelia's AoE. She's blue mage. His res is lower. He gets dropped to 1 HP. Does not die because his once the debuffs hit him, he just gets so much res at that point. It doesn't matter. Now his res isn't visible. That's why the AoE drops him to 1 HP. But once in combat, he just takes no damage. Ridiculous hero as long as you put him within 2 spaces as an ally. Starting stance just to make sure you have enough speed to make sure you don't to get the repel to trigger for foe 40. You goofball, go plus speed already. What the heck? You can't tell me you pulled 11 copies of him and didn't get 1 plus speed. Though actually,
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible. I pulled 11 copies of Young Marth and did not get 1 plus speed. All right, fair enough.
But yeah, this is pretty much the build for Fallen Ike.
The build. Yep. Pulse Smoke. Pulse Smoke is the only thing. That's so important, by the way, Pulse Smoke. To get rid of the specials. That's the only thing that really threatens you.
As an alternative to Repel, because your defensive stats are going so ridiculously high. No follow-up.
Okay, sure. Yeah, if you believe, it depends on the situation. Repel is just more consistent. What?
There is one more thing about that Ophelia video.
What about it?
Fallen Ike did not have a B skill.
Oh! Yeah, actually. That's crazy.
How bonkers Unity is on Fallen Ike.
But yeah, make sure you get enough debuffs on you though. All right, 1, 2, 3, Hufumi. 40 plus 10 plus 10. 46 HP, 56 attack, 50 speed, 39 defense, 27 res. If you make a Mareeta, it's basically the same kind of build here. Distant counter, Spurn, Pulse Smoke. If you run a Soul, it's probably even better on Mareeta. But yeah, it's crazy because, like, here's the thing. Vic, I know you love running Byleth. You compare virtually every sword hero ever released to Byleth, and none of them will ever catch up because special trigger cooldown count -1, having null follow-up, and the ability to negate like special fighter is just insanity. Like no hero will ever keep up. Huh?
In terms of potential anti-meta effects, yeah, Creator Sword is absolutely insane. But the biggest thing that Byleth is lacking in compared to others is stats.
Yep. Unfortunately, she didn't have the bumped up BST. She was just, I think she's the last of her generation to not have the bumped up BST before the next generation.
For swords, specifically.
Right. So that's the only thing holding her back. But aside from that, like, as a lot of people have pointed out, you can manipulate stats to a great degree. So it just becomes more important about effects, which she has the best ones of. But yeah, other than that, like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me you use Byleth the most. You run Soul right now, but of course she could just run Ruptured Sky for the damage output. So yeah, she's a really stupendously good hero that you've done a lot of dumb things on. Obviously. Yep. This chat. This is the trifecta of piss me off. Repel. Close call. Burn.
And Spurn. I would say for Byleth specifically, Spurn is definitely the best one because of the bonus damage.
Right.
That helps a little bit when it comes to making up for her relative lack of stats.
Yep.
And then she is going to need some extra support when it comes to actually using a special in light season. Sure, you can back her up with Brave Lucina, but Bramimond is one of the most common dark mythics in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that Soul is not going off until the second hit. And Bramimond hits very hard, and Byleth has rather low res.
Yep. Yeah, that's the problem with her. The low stats are... But it's fair, because Creator Sword...
We say low stats when she has 50 speed, but it's one of those things where it's... The stats that get stacked up by other weapons are honestly just... They help just as much as the extra effects.
Hmm. All right, I will say, Vic, are you here right now? I will say that in like 3 years, Byleth will get her refined, and she'll probably get a bunch of extra stats on top of that, and then she'll be fine. But then I'll also say in 3 years, I think you'll still be complaining that Iris still hasn't gotten her refined. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Steady Breath, so they attack -2, you attack -2, and then you attack -2. So you can't even get the ether up, which is the shitty part. If you had Times Pulse ether, I could see it working way better. That way you get a good, nice hit at the end of it all, and you heal back a bunch. Doll Close is really good, but you're not fast enough to consistently double. So it's either attack speed soul here so you can get the speed to double naturally, or you run QR. The cheapest B slot for Marth is always Renewal, because he has double Renewal for healing 20. So yeah, you got a few options. Instead of attack tactic, I know here you're supposed to use them for buffing reasons. So you either double down on buffing, right? Like run drive speed, drive attack here, or drive speed, whatever you want. Which case he's just a support hero. Or you double down on trying making him the main focus. This is too split, in my opinion. Yeah. I would run QR. If you want to make him a specialist, just run Fury. Fury, Renewal, double drives is what I run in Marth. That's the cheap build for him to kill dragons. Because when you're attacking with Steady Breath, it does nothing. So that's the problem. But I don't know if you can really use them in animal teams. That's hard. This is a really weird build. They don't get their buffs, but personally, I think Dull Close is like really not very good. Ideally, you get Law Attack Speed. Law Attack Speed, Steady Breath, could probably lead to something. But yeah, if you're serious, Steady Breath, low attack speed, Times Pulse, your choice of seal, either attack speed solo, speed res solo, things like that. You got a bunch of options, but he needs every stat. The only thing Marth has pretty good of is HP, but he doesn't really do anything with it, so it's not even absurdly high, so it's tiny PP. Wait, where am I going with this? Anyways, Laslow's Blade. As long as you get this to trigger, it becomes a true brave weapon, which is dumb, but it's really good. So if a movement assist skill is used by unit or target's unit, grants attack speed, defense, res plus 4 to target, or targeting allies and allies with 2 space of unit, for 1 turn after movement. If units within 3 spaces of 2 or more allies and even have a total bonuses greater than or equal to 10, attack defense plus 3 during combat, unit attacks twice. It's a pretty good thing. It turns into a true brave weapon. It's just, I think it's really pushing it, right? Because even with everything working in his favor, doesn't he only get to target or target ally and allies in 2 spaces? Doesn't he only get up to 47 speed?
Laslow does not receive his own buffs.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. This is the thing. He'd be cool, like really, like so excited. Was so excited about this refine and made it plus speed Laslow, and I just didn't understand it. I was just like, I don't see how this works.
It is a super boon, and if you're able to set things up, it enables some of the most bullshit plays that you can possibly do.
You guys say that, but I've never seen a Laslow used ever.
Mostly because people horribly underestimate.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be among them. But just saying, chat, if you commit to Laslow, I've seen a lot of people go plus speed, but I don't know why, because I don't think he gets fast enough anymore. But if you do decide to do this, light season, use him with Peony. Attack speed solo, speed res solo, those are pretty important. 40 plus 10 plus 8. This is a really good Mareeta. 47 HP, 57 attack, 52 speed, 36 defense, 28 res. Mareeta's sword wants her to just be not adjacent to anyone. In other words, just run solo skills with her. Speed res solo, and she has no follow-up, which is crazy good on her. Spurn is perfect. This encounter is perfect. Ether, I don't know if you really want Ether. If you run her in with Astral Blessing and you intend to use her in Ether raids, you might as well just run Noontime. In which case, if they hit her, she uses Spurn immediately, which is pretty damn dangerous, and she heals up quite a bit. That's what I would do. If it's for general play, sure, just if it's for arena play, just run Ether. Yeah, dual rally and Ether, of course. But for everything else, just run Noontime. There's not much to say here because the reality is Mareeta's Blade is just plus 4 all stats, no follow-up, special trigger cooldown count -1. Seems kind of slim nowadays, but that's actually such an important package of skills and stats. In other words, her defense is actually 40 defense. Her res is actually 38, and her speed is 56. And if she outspeeds her opponents, she can reduce damage up to 40%. 5 extra damage from the special trigger, and her attack is 61. Really respectable all-around unit. Just a really good hero overall. If you run her in Ether raids offense, this is really easy to do. Just get somebody within 2 spaces of her and she'll be happy. Lucina, if you want to do Soul, yeah, Soul. Or if just by herself. She doesn't really need help. She's that good. That 44 HP, 55 attack, 50 speed, 36 defense, 27 res. Chaos Ragno, of course. Reposition Mayhem Ether, of course. Darting Breath, Repel 3, Speed Smoke 3, attack speed solo. Okay. That is overkill. No need for Speed Smoke. I would rather run Attack Smoke instead. And outside of that, Darting Breath is really nice for getting fast Mayhem Ethers. But if you want to go crazy, I've seen people run Unity on him.
Attack res Unity specifically will be the biggest thing to help him out.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that because it puts more dependence on your allies being nearby. But it does make a big difference. If he gets his res dropped, he suddenly has no weaknesses. It's so stupid.
Yep, there is a video of Fallen Ike with no special in attack res Unity, basically just getting wiped down to 1 HP by Ophelia because of her special.
And then
she does 0 damage.
Yep. So I personally don't think it's necessary. If you want to reach its maximum potential, attack Res Unity.
Or defense res unity in the future. Just make him nearly impossible to kill in combat.
Yeah, the reality is he doesn't need attack. He does not need attack. Well, actually, his attack is kind of mediocre. If you have Guarding Breath, then he doesn't need it. Because Mayhem Ether will trigger. But yeah, outside that, if you just want to survive, then yeah.
Yep. Easiest way to finish off Fallen Ike would actually be Brave Alm. Because Atrocity stops working once he's below 50% HP.
Wait, what? Brave Alm?
Yep. Because of Sense Scale. True damage. Legendary Alm too. As far as just being able to finish him off at all.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep. So with Legendary Dimitri, Atrocity stops working once Fallen Ike is below 50% HP. So that's no more true damage there.
It's just... I wish Legendary Alm was more available to use in, like, defensive battles. But because he's Earth Blessed, right? You can't do...
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's one of the most sad things, because he would have been an excellent hero for defense purposes, but no one can afford to use him. Anyways, recapping, use a Unity if you want to reach his potential, especially attack Res Unity, and I would switch to attack mode, because frankly, with Darting Breath and attack speed soul, you're hitting 60 speed. I don't think you need to worry. Yes, there are some really, really fast heroes, but the chances of that being an issue for you is much lower than, much lower. Attack smoke would be much more useful.
Especially because Ike will attract a Bright Shrine like nothing else. Nothing else. Ugh.
Yep. 55 attack, 50 speed, totals 105, so that's most likely to get you hit, so you'll be fine. I love Lyn. I wish one day I can make... Hey, you're missing 2 flowers. I wish one day I can make a plus 10 Lyn. Plus attack is the better version of her because her attack is mediocre. And with So Catty, she's going to double back anyways. Though with 50 speed, she's not really worried about it. Ruptured Sky. Ah, that's so lucky. So chat, this is...
There's a new manga chapter.
This is super
But
cool.
yeah, Ruptured Sky on Lyn. That's actually really good.
Yep. Because once the Raft triggers, it's at 1 cooldown. So Catty is both Rash Assault and Desperation. So even if she doesn't double an opponent, she will double as long as it can counterattack. So she attacks, then she Ruptured Skies them. Raft Ruptured Sky with 60 attack times 2 is a lot. And the Brazen attack defense is there too in the odd attack wave. It's a really nice combination. Hey Peshal, you're too late, Peshal. We're like 4 minutes away from the trailer. But yeah, it's a really, really good Lyn. This is the new age of Lyns. You basically do go for a 2 cooldown special and you go for... You can do Iceberg, but you gotta go Times Pulse, and that's super expensive. But this is the kind of Lyn I really like. Also, I just really like all Lyns, so... Really cool Lyn. If everything works out, she's at 66 attack. Raft triggers, Ruptured Sky triggers, Brazen attack triggers, so she's 72 attack, actually. And she even has 45 defense. It's just so good. The only issue, of course, with all Lyns is setup. So Catty needs to take damage. Gotta be under 75%. That's the only issue. But yeah. Once she is 75%,
not every Lyn needs setup, but base Lyn, yeah, she needs setup.
What? That's what I meant.
Well, I mean, we have 7 different versions of Lyn in the game.
Really good. 5 flowers, because he's one of those one... He reaches... Wait, is it 175 or 180? 180. 180. Oh my god. 53 HP, 56 attack, 51 speed, 35 defense, 33 res. Carrot Cudgel, this is generally speaking like the best weapon for, well, if you're not going all offense, which would be his own weapon, which is the, what's it called again? I keep forgetting.
Ninja Katana.
Ninja Katana. What? Okay. Why don't they just call it Katana? But yeah, sure, like it's Ninja series, I get it. Yeah, Carrot Cudgel. Because when you're within 2 space of an ally, attack defense +5 unit, and neutralizes units penalties to attack defense during combat. Really nice with distant counter, spurn, pulse smoke, speed res solo, which, yeah, slightly lower res than defense, and Carrot Cudgel's adding a bit of defense. So 40 defense, 39 res with spurn, 51 speed spurn is legit. Fast, well, it's not fast, but fast enough noontime with a bit of extra damage on top with spurn. It's a very clean build. I generally don't expect this, and I think, surprisingly enough, this is the first +10 Zihark I saw. Yeah, he's a good hero. He's a really good hero, in fact. His stat spread is pretty impressive, as you guys can see. You can get defense and res pretty close together with defense, res refine. And of course, his speed is really high. His attack is a bit of a letdown, but he has the HP, which with Spurn is really, really good. So, solid hero. Oh, and yeah, when he attacks chat, because of Carrot Cudgel, 61 attack. And when with Noontime Spurn triggering, another 5 damage extra. So he's not the hardest hitter, but he does hit hard enough.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
He also has Flashing Blade 4. Wow. So this means... Crap, who's the other guy? I keep forgetting. It's been a while. Navarre. That means you kill Navarre, which is fair enough. Yeah, here's the dead Navarre.
Maybe Navarre.
It is.
No follow-up makes it look like he was falling Mareeta.
But he also has lull speed defense. I think Fall Mareeta was for Flashing Blade 4. Oh wait, they're both Flashing Blade 4. What am I?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Navarre. I'm pretty sure it's Navarre. Alright.
Well,
Yeah.
if there's a... I don't know.
I killed Thrasher, actually. What?
Wait, you killed Thrasher for Flashing Blade 4? Wow.
I am beyond confused at this point. I would have done Navarre. Wait, did you also do Navarre? Oh no. Because you can get Flashing Blade 1, 2, 3 from Yogurt, and then just get Flashing Blade 4, and then lull speed defense from Navarre.
It's one possible pathing. I didn't see Panic Smoke though, and I would honestly think that Panic Smoke is more valuable than Flashing Blade 4.
Yeah, I can see that. Wow, that's really expensive.